Hey gang, Jake here. It is a damn good time to be a platform fighter fan. Smash is about to hit its last DLC character for this game, meaning it's our last shot to get hyped. Framemakers is getting weekly updates and development is going strong, and we just got a new crossover announced. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Okay, so honestly that's a mouthful of a name. We're just gonna call it Nicktoons Fighters from here on. This game got leaked a couple days ago, and I was a tad concerned, to be honest. Game Mail found reasonable success making a jank yet fun kart racer in the form of Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2, but a fighting game? That's a lot to take on, and the last time a cartoon company attempted it, well, blech. However, Nicktoons Fighters is showing a ton of potential. First off, it's being developed by Ludosity, the devs behind Slap City, and second off, they're going all out with it. We're getting rollback and wave dashing, and the roster seems like it's doing a decent job of balancing old Nick and new Nick. Well, as close as you can get to that, considering modern Nicktoons is like 2 shows. Ultimately, if Nick continues to support this game, it could become a really interesting alternative to Smash. However, that's not going to stop me from complaining before it's even out. There's tons of content I'd love to see, and I want to talk about it, so let's get into it. So I think the natural place to start is characters. Personally, I'm pretty satisfied roster-wise, because I've already got the 3 characters I plan on maining, but there's a couple important spots in Nick history that I think NKR2 missed, and I want to see here. So first off, let's talk about Avatar. The Last Airbender is potentially one of the single greatest pieces of media that's been produced in the last century, and while The Legend of Korra can fall flat in a lot of ways, it's still a super fun experience. I'm glad we're getting Aang and Korra, but I honestly wouldn't mind another rep. One that's a little less, Avatar-y. In terms of who that should be, well, I kinda don't know. I'm personally inclined to Zuko, but the more I think about it, the more I think of other characters that would also be sick. I mean, Toph, Katara, Sokka, Varrick, Zahir, Tenzin, Lin, Kuvira, Azula. Hell, I'm pretty sure they could make the Cabbage guy cool. So I'm gonna cop out. I'll just say an Avatar rep. Any of them. So El Tigre was amazing. This show was so much unfiltered fun, and I really miss the days when the Holy Trinity was this, Danny Phantom, and SpongeBob. Even the OG creator of El Tigre has supported the cause, and I'd love to see him show up. Make him a Wolf/Wolverine-esque rushdown character who relies on maintaining consistent pressure. And let him call in White Pantera and Puma Loco for an assist. Also, give him an insane tether grab, just for the hell of it. Yet another fantastic show is My Life as a Teenage Robot, which I always wanted to cross over with Danny Phantom when I was a kid. I stand by my statement that would be sick, and if it does happen through this game, I'm willing to deal. Jenny's got plenty to pull from for moves, but honestly, I think it would be hilarious if she pulled heavily from Aegis and Iron Man in Persona 4 Arena and Marvel vs. Capcom. Let me teach these kids how to do an infinite. So one character that's been getting a ton of campaigning is Hugh Neutron, one of the greatest dads in cartoon history. And I support that. I stand in dad solidarity with the main man himself. However, there's one other dad that you may not be as familiar with, and who definitely deserves a spot on the roster. Professor Membrane is one of the greatest side characters of any show in Nickelodeon's history, and he's absolutely worth considering. If I were in charge, I'd give him high speed and range, but not fantastic damage, so that players would get the chance to absolutely style with him. Although, I'll admit he's a character that'd really only work if we got voice acting, because he's one of the funniest characters I've ever seen, and missing out on that would be a major bummer.
As you know, tomorrow is Peace Day, and nobody is as excited for the big celebration as I am. Not scientifically possible!
Alright, hear me out. Spencer, combuster of sculptures, destroyer of worlds. Spencer would be a fantastic fighter in a game like this. Make him a trap character who prioritizes oppressive stage control and thrives in neutral. He'd mainly try to gather materials, use them to build sculptures, and use those sculptures for various effects. Everything from throwing hammers to randomly combusting to throwing out convicts. With the revival, he'd be relevant and a fantastic way to represent Nick's sitcoms, so he makes a lot of sense. Lastly, there's one more show that'd be cool as hell, but probably doesn't stand a chance of happening. Power Rangers has been hosted on Nickelodeon ever since Samurai, and that trend has continued to this day, but the brand is owned by Hasbro. I think that's as close as we'll get to a guest character in this game, but it would absolutely fit. As for which Ranger I'd pick, I think the best option is either Devin Daniels, Beast Morpher Red, or Nate Silva, Beast Morpher Gold. They've both got tons of moveset potential, and they're both great characters, so that's what I'd love to see. In terms of stages, there are tons of possibilities. Real quick, I'd love to see the Pro Bending Arena from Legend of Korra, Fire Nation Warships from Avatar, a Megazord from Power Rangers, the Far Frozen from Danny Phantom, and the set of iCarly from iCarly. I think these would be so much fun to play on and really represent these shows in a positive light. Last thing I want to talk about is alternate costumes. Cartoon characters aren't exactly known for switching up their looks, but Nickelodeon's always had a little more fun with it, and considering the abundance of costumes in Slap City, I think it'd be a massive missed opportunity to not see some here. Just off the top of my head, I feel like Aang and Korra's Book 3 and Book 4 looks, respectively, would be fantastic. I'd love to see Zim's human disguise, and Leo and Mikey's Rise designs would be a sick way to represent the black sheep of the franchise. Of course, at that point, costumes for Sandy and SpongeBob with karate gear just make sense, and a look for Danny that's based on either Daniela Phantom or the evil Danny from the future would both be sick. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I mostly focus on frame makers, but I am definitely going to cover this game further. Check out my Twitter for updates if you wanna, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Oh, and also, give me some Winx Club garbage.